Hi everyone, I'm Gemma. In this session, I'm going to be spending the next 15 minutes or so talking to you about ArcGIS QuickCapture. I'm hoping today I'll give you a clear understanding from start to finish to show how you can modify your own app for quick and easy data collection in the field. So this is all about capturing data on the go. Before we do get started on that, I'd like to provide an overview of ArcGIS QuickCapture itself and some of the key benefits. I will then go on to show the demo and go out into the field to collect my data. So ArcGIS QuickCapture is an application available on both web and mobile devices. It forms one of the many applications of the ArcGIS Online and Enterprise system. So throughout the session, I'm going to be showcasing how you can explore the full capabilities of that and then, of course, collect the data itself. So a little bit more about ArcGIS QuickCapture. It allows for fast field observations to be recorded with a simple tap of a button on your mobile device. There are a wide variety of uses, so whether this is for public safety or emergency responses or reporting roadkill, it really is up to you what your purpose is. For this example today, I will be showing how QuickCapture can be a useful tool for capturing and collecting marine debris from a beach. So this is targeted mainly at councils and organisations interested in removing plastic pollution on the coast. The thing I quite like about QuickCapture is just that I can go about my usual activities, but have a handy portable device to tap away at and send instant information to my workspace, and there's no interruptions at all with that. Some of the other key benefits look at improving the GIS analysis because you're retrieving data you couldn't access before. You can access this data immediately and update it on the go. And lastly, you also get a chance to design your own app with no major training required. It's important to note just some of the license requirements as well. So to use the projects, you need to either be a field worker, creator, or GIS professional user type with the field app bundle. An editor user type with QuickCapture add-on license can also be used, but I'll add in a bit more information about account requirements at the end of this demo. So looking at our workflow here, one of the first things we need to do is download the app itself. So this is available on Android, iOS, or Windows mobile devices. And the ArcGIS QuickCapture leverage is built in with the GPS and camera on your smartphone or tablet already. So it's all kind of set up and done for you. The second part of our workflow is the data collection. So we will download the app and take our app into the field, collect our data, and lastly then we're going to analyze the data that we found. So without further ado, we will head over to the ArcGIS QuickCapture website and just have a look at the different resources available on there. So we're on the website here. There's a bunch of different resources and a little bit more information on pricing and licensing on the top tab there. So what we're going to do now is launch our QuickCapture web browser. So as you can see, it opens up into my ArcGIS QuickCapture design. So if we click the orange button, we get two options to either create a project from an existing layer or from a template. So in this example, we're going to start a project from scratch, create our own layer just to help build up our app. So to do this, we need to go into our ArcGIS online portal and head into our contents page. We're going to then create a feature layer. So we're going to click on the create button, we're going to hit feature layer, and once this has opened up, we're going to build a layer. So once you've selected build a layer, there are a few different options for creating points, lines, and polygons. And in this example, we're just going to use the point data because it's just a quite easy way to represent the types of litter on the beach. So we're going to select it and we're going to just give it a title as well. Before we do that, we're just going to zoom in a bit closer to our study site location and hit next. So for now, I'm just calling it marine debris collection. I'm going to hit done. So we'll just wait for that to load. So once that's loaded, we can have the option to head over to our data tab. And this is where we can start inserting our fields for our app. So we're going to hit fields in the right hand side corner. And as you can see, these are all our different display names. So we're going to add a new field and it's going to be called debris type. And our display name is going to be called the same as well. So we can add that new field in. And as you can see, it's populated here in the column. So we're now going to create a list underneath the debris types. And this will just help to categorize all the different types of litter. So we've got our app ready to go. So I'm just going to add in a series of different types of most common litter that's found on the beach, but you can configure this with any different categories you want in any way. I'm going to do 6 categories, and the final column is going to be an others category, because it might not be clear that we find all 6. So we're going to make room for the different types of other litter that we might find. Okay, so we're going to just hit save. So our layer has updated successfully, which means we can head over to our visualizations tab and just configure our data so it's ready for the app. So we're going to hit our change style icon, and as you can see, the attribute has by default set to location only. So we're going to click on debris type, and we're going to use the unique symbols just to categorize those different types of litter. So for now, we're just going to save this layer, and that will mean that it will pull through into our project in QuickCapture. We can add a summary and change the title or add a description. I'm just going to add in a quick summary here. And I'm also going to change the thumbnail on the left-hand side, just so I can use the map to zoom in to my study site location. Okay, so once I'm happy with that, I click OK. And we can now go back to our QuickCapture web browser. So we need to just pull through that existing layer that we've just created. Okay, so we're now up to configuring our app. There are a few different things you can do at this stage. I'm going to show you a few basic configurations just so we can play around with the color and the 2-point layers. So the first thing I'm going to do is just change the title. So this is going to be called type of litter. The second thing I'm going to do is just change the color symbology around for the 2 categories there in gray. So the other column is just going to be changed to orange, and the cigarette butt is just going to be changed to a red color. I have created a second point layer here. This is because I want to give the beach an overall rating, and it's quite useful for if you're going to different sites and you want to compare the overall rating of the beach. So this is just split up into clean, average, and poor. The great thing about the configuration stage here is that I can add in the option for taking photos. So for each icon here, I'm just going to switch on the take photos toggle and make sure that that is an option for me when I'm at the beach. I'm going to do the same there for the others category, because I know that I might find and come across different types of litter that don't fit into the above categories. So we want to record this in a photo format. So I'm just going to switch on that toggle as well. So you can change the size of the columns to, a lot smaller or a lot larger. I'm just going to keep it at the column size 2 for now, just so all my boxes fit into the one screen. And lastly, you can add images to each box as well. For time's sake, I'm just going to leave it how it is. But if you wanted to search for online images, you can draw these in to the different boxes. So I'm pretty happy with the app and I think it's ready to go. So I'm just going to hit save and you'll see a pop-up here on the left-hand side which tells you to scan your QR code. We're now going to launch our QuickCapture app and at the start of our project's being set up. So the first thing we'll need to do is scan our QR code from our web browser. This will connect our project to our mobile device. So we're going to open the project and then we're just going to double check that all the correct boxes are there ready to collect our data. So we're now going to head out to our study location and we're going to start collecting some point data that we can analyze in our workspace. So the GPS and camera helps collect high quality spatial data really quickly just from a single tap of the button. When collecting other items that aren't categorized, we can use the photo function to take some photos and record the data that we find. We've also inserted the beach rating. So again, we can take a photo of each place that we visit and give it a simple rating scale. So I'm now back in my ArcGIS portal. This is going to give me a chance to analyze some of the data, and I'm just going to spend the last couple of minutes doing so and uploading the data onto an ArcGIS dashboard. So as you can see in my map viewer, I've started to configure some of the different attributes with a different image that I found online. So you can do this in any way you like. You just need to head over to the custom images and insert a URL for the different feature. So you can also change the base maps if you want to try out the dark canvas, for example. You can do so. I'm going to keep it on the imagery hybrid. I think it's just quite an easy way to visualize the data. And so by doing so, just from a first glance, I can see that food packaging on the left was the most common type of litter that was found on my data collection. And to analyze this further, I'm just going to show you how to upload the information into a dashboard. There are a few different web applications you can use, but for time and for ease, the dashboard is by far one of the most beneficial ways to record and view this data in the long run. So we're going to click on dashboards. We're going to leave the title how it is, hit OK, and hopefully our map will upload into the dashboard as expected. Okay, so we've got all our points on our map. I'm going to put this into dark mode just for personal preference. And one of the first thing I'm going to do is just configure the app itself, just so it's got a bit more features. So we're going to switch the toggles on. And as you can see, when I hit done, we've then got our widgets at the side. So we've got base maps, we've got our layer, and we've got our legend as well, so we can see the different types of litter. So another thing you can do in the dashboards is insert an indicator. With our data collection, it's quite handy because we can just use a big number to total the amount of litter that we collected. So I'm just going to add an icon as well and just insert that indicator into our dashboard. The other thing I'm going to do is add in our media photo files. So we do this by clicking on the details widget. Then all we need to do is filter our search. So we've got our other category up. So we'll hit the debris type and in the values field, we'll just select our others category. So as you can see, I've got 9 different types of litter that were collected in the others category. And this is just quite important information to add to our dashboard. So we'll hit done and we'll just reconfigure the look of our dashboard. So we've got the map as the biggest space, like so. Okay, so our dashboard's complete. We're just going to hit save and we're going to go back to summarize what we've learned today in this session. So we've now completed our initial three-step workflow and have been able to explore the benefits of QuickCapture. I hope I've shown you how easy it is to capture this data and you feel confident to go out into the field and collect your own. Please note there are a wide variety of different ways QuickCapture can be used, and this is just one way to assess data for better decision making. Alongside this, you can visualize the results in various ways using the different web applications. So QuickCapture is still a relatively new app, and one of the most recent features is the split screen functionality, which works in both landscape and portrait tablet orientations. On the resources tab on the website, you will find our blogs and what's new, along with further license requirements. So be sure to look out for more updates where more configuration features and stability performance improvements continue to enhance the perfect tool for capturing your data.